We're back. Let's get it. Talking sports, talking ball, talking games this weekend. We had some big stuff happen. Um, we'll get to what happened last week with the record. Let's talk some sports that happened this past weekend, okay? Or sporting events, I guess we'll say. The Tyson, Jake Paul fight. I think we all saw that coming. I mean, it was old Mike Tyson. I mean, he said he said it 2 years ago when he fought Roy Jones Jr. or whatever in some exhibition. I mean, he didn't look good. Even before that, he had an exhibition fight with some guy, and he was like, I don't even know how old, late 40s or mid 40s. I mean, he's 58 now. So I mean, it was mid 2010s. So I mean, that was almost 20 years ago, and I mean, the legs aren't moving right. I mean, he can still throw a punch. I mean, we all saw the training videos. He could throw a punch, but man, those legs gave out. Credit to him, he won the first 2 rounds, but it wasn't anything impressive. And I think we all saw it. I mean, Jake Paul is a great promoter. He does all these amazing things, and credit to him. He's actually gotten a lot better at boxing. Do I want to see him get knocked out? Of course, everyone does. But that's because he plays such a good heel, and he's a great villain. I mean, I can't hate the guy for getting paid. I can't, but it's like, damn, someone just knock him out. That's really all I have on that. I think it was. Part of me thinks it was staged, but the other part of me is like, was it? Was it staged? I don't know. People are pointing out theories left and right. Oh, he stepped on his foot. Oh, Mike pulled back a punch when Jake gave him a face. All these kinds of things. Another big fight that happened. We'll start with the Oliveira Chandler fight in UFC 309. Great card. Chandler didn't look healthy, or I guess not. He looked good. He looked great. Oliveira's a dog. Credit to Oliveira. He's a magician. He does whatever he wants. When he gets in trouble, he's going to shoot your legs and control your body. Chandler's a pretty good wrestler, but he's trying to knock you out. And he's the man. He's a man of the people. He is going to stand there and fight however you want to fight. So when Oliveira takes him to the ground, it's like, okay. It's kind of that's how he won those rounds. I thought Chandler had a chance at the end if he pushed him a little more. He looked gassed. I actually just saw something before I started recording that he was dealing with a body pain of some sorts. I don't know what that is, but there was some sort of body pain. He said it was piss and blood. Ugh, no bueno. But he said he was in a lot of pain in his camp. So who knows? I mean, he'll definitely be back. I'd be shocked if Oliveira doesn't make a run at the belt again. I like Michael Chandler. I love Oliveira. Great things. And then we had Stipe versus John Jones. Of course, John Jones won. I love John Jones. Greatest fighter of all time. I don't want to sound like Dana White, but he's the greatest fighter of all time. There's no doubt about it. You have GSP. I mean, you could throw Chuck Liddell in there. I mean, what was his name? I forgot his name. But nevertheless, John Jones is the GOAT. I mean, he beat Stipe. Stipe was old. I mean, you could see it after like the second round. Stipe held his own. Don't be wrong. Stipe definitely held his own, but it just wasn't the same. He was slow. When you get to that age, you got to keep those legs moving. And these older guys, they just lose the mobility. They can swing, but it's just not as quick, and their feet aren't as quick as they used to be. So many things. Shout out to Stipe. He retired, but John Jones beat his ass. I mean, that spinning back leg kick, straight to the ribs. Broke a fucking rib, I know that. I mean, he beat him up. He diced him up. Stipe had him a couple times. He landed a couple good shots. Don't get me wrong. He still got some pretty heavy hands. But John Jones, GOAT. I'm going to save that. Playoff picture. NBA real quick. NBA Cup's going on. I'm still not sure how the NBA Cup works. Be great if someone explained it to me. I know they got these courts and different jerseys. I understand it's bracketed. You points different. Is it point differential? I don't know. Is it you have a certain amount of wins? I don't fucking know. I know it's a tournament. I'm guessing it's just wins. I just don't know. I don't really know the seeding and I don't know the brackets. But I watched the Celtics game last night. They finally beat the Cavs. Cavs were undefeated. I think what were they 14-0? Now they're 14-1. I mean, they were on a hell of a run at the beginning of the season. I didn't like the Celtics court. I really didn't like the Celtics court. Their jerseys are weird too. It doesn't scream Boston. The floor screamed lucky Boston. Holy shit. That thing was neon green. It was too much. It was too much. Some of these courts are just too much. I just want the decals in the courts. Is that too? I think that I'm not asking too much. Maybe little designs in the court, but like just put like the NBA Cup in the center and then put a couple things. Maybe change just the paint color. The paint. Just do that. How about that? I don't need a whole court. I just need the paint change. You know. Problems in Philly. Apparently, Tyrese Maxey called out Joel Embiid for being late to meetings. Being lazy, not the same work ethic. I mean, Joel Embiid's claimed he's one of the greatest player, not one of the best players in the league, and I mean, he really hasn't done much this season. Granted, he was suspended for the first few games this year, but nevertheless, I don't think Paul George is going to fix the problems in there. Don't get me wrong, they're going to be a playoff team because the East is still trash, but there's problems in Philly right now. I like Tyrese Maxey calling it out though. I have no problem with that. Tyrese Maxey's a dog, and Jared McCain's a dog too. Paul George is going to give you, 25 and 10 almost every night. Can Joel Embiid give you, 20 and 15, 30 and 10? Who knows? Because he's not playing back-to-backs anymore. And it's just bullshit. And Joel Embiid came out and said Jimmy Butler was the best player in the world. Bro, come on. You just don't want to say it's you or Jokic. And you're not going to say Jokic. That makes you look soft. And you can't say you to make you sound egotistical. So they're going to say Jimmy Butler because you're still mad that they got rid of him when he was on the 76ers. That's just what it is. Call a spade a spade. I mean, I get it. Jimmy Butler's a dog. And maybe you guys would have won a ring by now if he stayed in the 76ers, if he stayed in Philly. Maybe. Probably not. NBA Cup's going on. That's really all I got. Let's talk a little college football. Brian Kelly, Lincoln Riley. Hot seat, maybe. I think Brian Kelly's his seat's getting warm. I think both seats are warm. Let's just say that. I think they both have huge buyouts. I think Lincoln Riley is going to be out of there. If not at the end of this year, definitely next year. I mean, he's 5-5, I think. 6-4, 6-5, something like that. Lincoln Riley just hasn't. It just hasn't gone the way he thought it was going to go because everyone's going to play in the SEC. No one wants to go play in the Big Ten when you're in LA. I think that was a mistake by USC and UCLA. But I think Lincoln Riley's going to get out of there. I think the next opening, Florida. I think he's going to jump down there. I know Lane Kiffin's been thrown around to go to Florida. Lane Kiffin's always going to – I think he's going to be in LSU or he's going to be at Bama. I really maybe Florida, but I could see Lincoln Riley going to the SEC and, doing damage with Florida. Kind of a similar situation, but, I mean, that's why he went to USC. He wants to build it back up. Brian Kelly. What can I say about Brian Kelly? I mean, I will say they're trending in the right direction for the future. 2 years ago when he got there, it was not good. It's like, okay, everyone was, especially in LSU, you expect to win every single game. Last year it was like, okay, we got better. We had Jane Daniels as the Heisman winner. This year they were hoping to make the playoffs. Probably more than likely not going to make the playoffs. So it's really like next year it's like, all right, Brian Kelly, you got to make us to the playoffs and we got to win at least one game. I think that's the expectation going into next year. Do I see that happening? I really don't know. As long as Nussmeier is your quarterback, I don't think so. He's good, but he's not. I don't think he's going to get you over that leap. You know what I mean? Playoff picture came out last night. We got Oregon 1, no brainer. 2, Texas. 3, Miami. 4, Boise State because BYU lost. I like Boise State at 4. Miami's really. I think Miami's. I don't think they're good. Like they're not anything special. I think they're going to be beat pretty easily when they face like a good defense. So I'm not really expecting Miami to make a run. I think they lose to whoever comes out of that region. Oregon makes sense. Let's go here. Ohio State 5 would be facing BYU, who's 12. Then we got 8 Notre Dame, 9 Alabama. Alabama-Oregon would be a hell of a game. I think. Then we got Penn State at 6, Georgia at 11, 7 Indiana, Ole Miss 10. It's time for Indiana to shine this week. I think it is time for Indiana to shine this week. We'll get into the picks here in a minute, but they're dogs. They're big dogs. I mean, they're going to Ohio State. It's annoying that big noon kickoff is so frustrating because it's like this is arguably the biggest game of the year so far, and it's at 10 o'clock, my time, Mountain Time, or noon Eastern. It is frustrating. This needs to be primetime game. This needs to be 5:30, sun going down, a white out, a red out, scarlet out, whatever the fuck you want to call it at Ohio State. But Indiana right now, if it would start today, they'd face Ole Miss, and one of that game would play Texas. Knee-jerk reaction. I think Texas wins that. Georgia, Penn State. Franklin's never going to win a big game, so it's fine. Georgia, and Miami. Oh my gosh. Shootout or QBs or you ride your defense. You have to ride your defense because Cam Ward's not going to be playing great. This is all hypothetical. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But then it'd be Georgia, Texas rematch, which would be huge. I'd probably have to go to that fucking game. I'm going to take Bama versus Notre Dame. Just because Bama or going to be a great game, and then I'd probably take Ohio State over BYU, Ohio State, Boise. I think whoever gets that 5 spot is gonna be sitting just right. I really, really do. I think whoever gets that 5 spot is gonna have at least a really good shot at making the semis. Which maybe that's some strategic part on it, but that I digress. So yeah, that's the playoff picture, hot seats. We'll get into some football. Big news, though. Broncos have found their guy. Let me repeat that for the listeners. Broncos have found their guy. I'm not going to... I want to take that back just one hair. I think Bo Nix is good. I think he's making a lot of great plays. He ranks first in all rookie quarterback stats right now. He won AFC Offensive Player of the Week as a fucking rookie. Huge. I will say this. They beat the Jets, and they've beat the entire NFC South. So Sean Payton... Oh, and they beat the Panthers. So they beat the NFC South, who Sean Payton used to coach in that division, and they beat a bad Jets team and both really bad Jets and Panthers teams. We almost beat the Chiefs. We can kind of hang our hat on that one. Kinda, because we don't know. I mean, Chiefs are good. Don't get me wrong. Chiefs are good. They have Patrick Mahomes, so it's like they're always going to kind of be good. But we don't really know. We beat the Bucks. That was also one of them. So maybe I think we're good. Is he the definitive guy? I've been listening to local radio a lot. Some guy said that we should have drafted Brock Bowers over Bo Nix. I was like, no, there's no way we should have drafted Brock Bowers over Bo Nix when we needed a quarterback. I had this argument with my friend at the time. He wanted to draft Brock Bowers too. It's like, why? He's like, you can do well, you need a quarterback to throw him the ball. You need a good quarterback to throw the ball of weapons. That's what you need. You can't just hand the ball to Brock Bowers every play or, have him run a stick route. It just made no sense. You need a quarterback to run an offense. You cannot run an offense through a tight end or a running back or receiver. You have to have a guy in the backfield throwing you the ball. I don't understand it. I don't understand that take. I see the versatility with it. Maybe we get a guy the year after. Okay, well then you just wasted a year of everyone's time. Let's go get a guy, see if he can, turn things around. I've just never understood it. I think Bo Nix is the guy at the current moment. Am I ready to throw him $300 million? No. I want to see this for 2 more years. That's what I want. I want to get us close to the playoffs this year, if not in, and then make sure we win enough games to get into the playoffs next year, maybe win a game or 2. And then that 3rd year, it's like, okay, same kind of thing. Throw him the bag. Just throw him the bag and let's run it. I've been sitting on this one for a while, though. No disrespect to Bo Nix. I love him. I think he's good. I think he's good for Denver. I think he's good for the offense. That defense is humming. That's kind of why we're doing really good. But I think if any of the quarterbacks that got drafted before Bo Nix, maybe Michael Penix, maybe not Michael Penix, any of the quarterbacks in that first round probably would be succeeding as well right now too. Maybe even better. Who knows? But I don't want to say that because I think Bo Nix is really good. But yeah, I think we got a guy here in Denver. I think he's the real deal. He's got a good arm. He uses his legs a lot. He does all these things. He does everything good. He's thrown a couple dumb passes, rookie mistakes, rookie sores, but we've seen him progress and progress and progress each week. He sees the guy that won the deep dig to Vele, I think it was, this weekend. I don't know what quarter it was in, but he threw a dot to Vele across the middle. And if he was a half second too late or a half second too early, that's an incomplete pass or an interception. That's just what it is. Threw a dot to him. Beautiful pass. I've always had hope. I've always had hope for Bo Nix. I've never been, we should have drafted a tight end. We should have got J.J. McCarthy. No, fuck you. J.J. McCarthy was trash. I don't understand that. It just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. I don't understand it. Brock Bowers' take is fucking ridiculous. All right. Let's talk about last week's picks. Let's go into it. I really went 2-2 in college, and I went 6-6 in the NFL. We're trending upwards. We're trending upwards from last week, which is good. but 500 is even money. We didn't lose money. We didn't win money. We're all good. Okay? We're all good. But I feel like that's tough to do. To go 2-2 in college and then go 6-6 in the NFL, I just sit 500. It's not winning money, but you're not losing money either. Just quick recap. I mean, we can go through some of these games real quick. Eagles beat the shit out of beat the Commanders. I tweeted this out. I tweeted when the Bears were lining up for that game-winning kick. Game-winning kick. I go, Bears are going to miss this field goal, and it happened. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. There is a stain on that franchise. They need a better coach. They need a better offensive coordinator. They need a lot of help. I think Caleb Williams is really good, but right now it is trending in the complete wrong direction. I had hope in the beginning of the season. I thought, around 5-6 weeks, we're going to really see how this guy is. He was doing good, and then train wreck. Absolute train wreck. Lions are going to probably make it to the Super Bowl. I've said that. I don't think this is a hot take. I had Jared Goff last year as the MVP. I was a year too early. I also had Trevor Lawrence as the dark horse. Let's hold that one back for a second. But I don't think it's a hot take to say the Lions have been, on this trajectory for the last couple of years. To this level, though, I had no idea. I thought they were going to be really good this year, but the way they're winning and the teams that they're just beating the shit out of, it's impressive. It is impressive. Ow, fuck. Just cut myself. Vikings, Titans, who knows? Titans are trying. Titans are trying. Vikings, they're good. Dolphins are going to play upset alert all week. They're going to win a couple games down the stretch here. And they're just going to make some, good choices and win a couple games to ruin seasons for other people. I like it. Raiders, they're a dumpster fire as well. Rams, Patriots, Drake May looks okay. Rams, Matthew Stafford's a dog still. Browns, Saints, Jameis going back to New Orleans was I thought I'd be like, okay, he's going to go in there and he's going to throw some touchdowns and he's going to be okay. Saints, who knows? Who knows? When they play a shitty team, they're going to beat the shitty team. When they play a good team, they're going to keep it close. When they shouldn't be in a game, they're going to be who knows? I think they're bad. Colts, Jets, I'm done betting on the Jets. Thank goodness they have a bye week this week because I'm not touching them anymore. I'm done with betting the Jets unless it's a lock, but I'm done betting the Jets unless it's a lock. But I don't know what to do about the Jets. What would you do? I mean, they just fired their GM. You lost to the Jets, who had Anthony Richardson in, who played a pretty good game, but another stained franchise, another franchise that has just stains all over them for no reason. The owner wanted to bench Joe Rogan. Wanted to bench Aaron Rodgers at week 4 because how bad he looked. It's like, dude, come on. I mean, he doesn't look great. Don't get me wrong, he does not look good, but it's You don't do that. Ravens Steelers, ugly game. Ugly game. I think I saw a stat where Lamar is like 1-4, 1-5 against the Steelers in his career, and that one win was over like fucking Mason Rudolph or something like that. Crazy. Just crazy. Steelers are kind of a wagon right now. I know I'm a little late to the party. I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl. I really don't. That defense is good. They're one of those teams, a Russell Wilson team, where he throws moon balls and he has a good defense, so they might make a little run here at the end. They will. They're probably going to win that division, or maybe not. I really don't know who's leading that right now. I think it's the Steelers, but they're sneaky. This is one of those teams that's like defense wins championships. That's what they're going to do. Defense wins championships. But not really. But they don't, because the offense has to score. I don't know. Steelers are weird to me. They're weird. They're good-ish. They're good-ish. I don't see them winning the Super Bowl. Maybe winning a playoff game and then out of there. Broncos beat the shit out of the Falcons. I loved every second of it. Seahawks at 49ers. 49ers they're close to a dumpster fire because they're trying to get things in motion, but it's not working. Gave up a fourth quarter lead, and Geno Smith led a game-winning drive down there, and he ran it in, got to the corner of the pylon. I think the 49ers had like 30 seconds left to go try to kick a game-winner field goal, but it didn't work. 49ers, I don't know. Are they going to turn it on here the last 6 weeks? I don't think so. I really don't think so. But what the fuck do I know? Chiefs, Bills, happy for the Bills. Happy for the Bills. Nervous about the Chiefs now. Not nervous in a bad way. Well, kind of in a bad way. But if I was a Chiefs fan, I'd be totally fine. I wouldn't flinch. Because they're going to meet in the AFC Championship. That's just the way these things are going. Or the Ravens. It'd be cool if someone beat the Chiefs, second round. But they're not going to, so it's fine. But happy for the Bills. They needed to get that one. They needed momentum against the Chiefs. Now, is it a lot of momentum? No, but I think they're figuring it out. Don't worry, I love Josh Allen. I'm still mad that the Broncos got fucking Bradley Chubb over him. But I think it's good for the Bills. Are they going to win the Super Bowl? They have a chance. They really do have a chance. I was listening to the SVP pod today, and Bills Lions Super Bowl? Who is a more tortured fan base, the Lions or the Bills? I lean Bills. SVP was saying Bills. Stanford Steve was saying Detroit. It's the Bills. I think it's no question the Bills because they've been there numerous times. They're always around. They're always pretty good. Especially in my lifetime, they've always been pretty good. They've gotten to the playoffs. They've had a couple bad breaks, a couple missed kicks. I mean, when Jim Kelly was there, they went to 4 straight Super Bowls, lost every single one of them. So, and they've been kind of little brother to the Chiefs last couple of years. Lions is just they've just always been bad. They've always been bad, so there's nothing. It's not torture. When you expect low expectations, you get low expectations. So with the Lions, it's like, okay, I kind of know what I'm getting. It's amazing to see right now. I mean, the last 3-4 years, it's been great to see the Lions, trajectory just skyrocket. Just not baby steps. It was fucking to the fucking moon. So I think the Bills are more tortured. I forgot these games. I forgot about these games. So that's a win. So that's 7-6. What was the Bengals Chargers score? What was it? I forgot about these Monday night games. I had the Texans -7.5. Let me check this real quick. I totally. So I went 7-6 right now. I mean, I probably went freaking. I'd be shocked if I won. No way. I don't know what the score is. Dude, load ESPN. What are we doing? Can I search? Thank you. I don't remember what I took. I mean, I had the Bengals +1.5. I know the Chargers won, but was it? I know it was really close. I was watching it, but what the? I don't want the fucking Wi-Fi. Loading. Son of a gun, dude. This is so frustrating. Okay, so I lost. So 8-8. I went 8-8. That's tough. That is tough. Again, even money, but 8-8. All right. That's recap. Cowboys are so bad. We'll talk. I mean, I'll touch on it a little bit here. I wish the Bengals were good because Joe Burrow should be in the MVP race. They're not because they're 4-8, 4-7. Chargers are kind of a wagon. They're running the shit out of the ball. They're playing Jim Harbaugh football. That's really what they're doing. All right. Let's transition back to college. Let's do some college games real quick. Some big games coming up. Number 5, Indiana. Going to number 2, Ohio State. Ohio State. Ohio State is 13.5 point favorites. I think Ohio State's good. Don't get me wrong. They're good. They're going to make the playoff. If they lose this game, it's whatever. If they win this game, it's huge. It's just how they win this game. I saw this line. I was like, I have to take Indiana at a pure principle. I'm taking them plus 13.5. If Ohio State wins this game by, let's just say 2 touchdowns, that's like, okay, Indiana fought, but Ohio State pulled away late. That's kind of how I envision it. If Indiana wins this game, they're in the playoff. They could maybe squeeze a loss in there, 1 or maybe 2. I don't think so. I think they'd be working with 1 loss. If they keep it close, if it's a touchdown game to a field goal game, I think they're fine. I really think they're fine. I think they'll make it to the playoff. They just got to win out, but I think they'd be okay. I like them covering. I really do. It's annoying how much I like it. But yeah, it's a pretty good college slate this week, I would say. I mean, it's not amazing. I had to pick some diamonds out of the rough. Just I might have an upset here or there. Ole Miss, number 9, going to Florida. Florida's so weird to me because they beat who did they beat the other week? They beat Georgia. I thought. I don't remember. Florida's so weird. They're fighting. They're gonna play scrappy games. Is Jackson Dart healthy? Ole Miss is 10.5. 10.5. A lot of home dog underdogs this week. Okay, in college and in the NFL. In the NFL, it's every other game. There's a lot of home dogs. I like a lot of them, which worries me. But Ole Miss, Florida, knee-jerk reaction, I don't want to take Ole Miss. Knee-jerk reaction, I don't want to take Ole Miss. So I'm taking Florida. That I don't feel comfortable about it. That makes me like it even more. I'm taking Florida. Plus 10.5. Florida just plays these up and down games. They're going to either shock you by how close they keep it, or they're going to shock you by how bad they get beaten. So it's like, what the fuck do I do here? I like Ole Miss. Give me the plus 10.5. I like Florida, the plus 10.5. I threw this one on there because I have a sick feeling about it. Penn State at Minnesota. It's going to be an ugly game. I kind of have this on upset alert just as a sick feeling. I saw this game and I was like, that doesn't look right. I don't know. I think James Franklin's going to have his fucking guys ready to go. Don't be wrong. I think Penn State should win this game. I think Minnesota's going to cover, though. Another home dog. Give me the plus 12.5. I think Penn State's going to win this game. I'm annoyed at Penn State because how easy their schedule has been. I kind of have this on upset alert. Let's just make a note. Upset alert. Let's make an alert. It just doesn't look right to me. It doesn't feel right. I feel like this is a letdown spot for Penn State. Let's get after it. Number 14, BYU going to 21, or number 21, Arizona State. Give me Arizona State. 3-point favorites at home. Give me Arizona State. -3. BYU's look good, and they're kind of fighting for that last push to maybe make the playoff. I think Boise State's got it on lock. They're kind of falling, especially if they lose here, which, I think they will. They're kind of out of it. They'll finish in the top 25. They'll make a bowl game, all that kind of shit, but I think they're out of it. This is also a big game. CU, number 16, going to Kansas. CU's -3. Kansas is kind of turning it around this year. I thought they were going to be a lot better this year. I thought they were going to be in the hunt for a lot more stuff. They just haven't put it together. It's flowing now. It's flowing. This makes me nervous for CU. I'm not a CU fan. But, it's Deion, Shedeur, Travis Hunter, Heisman. I have to go with CU. I've been riding them lately. I really don't like that pick because Kansas is a little dangerous right now. If CU wins out and makes it to the Big 12 championship and then possibly win the Big 12 championship, they're in the playoff, which is crazy to say because they already have their 2 losses. They cannot afford another one. They've been on the road the last couple of weeks. They need this game, and Kansas is just sitting there like, feed me CU. We want to upset it, which it would be an upset, but I'm not. The line tells me it's not that big of an upset because 16 versus an under 500 school, this line should be more, but they know that Kansas is fighting. They know that Kansas has been good the last couple of weeks. I really want CU. I do. I want to see them. I like when they're good. I like seeing Colorado, with a bunch of CU fans. It's really cool because, we don't have a lot of pride in our football because they've been sucky the last couple of years. But give me CU -3. I'm nervous about it. But, yeah. I put this one on because it's going to be an ugly game. I would take the under. I'd move the line to 22 if I could. I'm not going to. Wisconsin at Nebraska. Nebraska -2.5. I really don't know. I've watched some Nebraska games. I watched a little of that Wisconsin-Oregon game last week. Wisconsin came out firing. Wisconsin came out strong against number 1 Oregon. Now it was at Wisconsin, so that's part of it. I think it's Nebraska here. I don't like it. Just because I think I've seen more in Nebraska, and Dylan Raiola's. I'd like to see Dylan Raiola next year. I'm excited to see Dylan Raiola next year because he's made a lot of progress this year. He's doing all the right things. He's taking a couple dumb sacks, and a couple dumb throws, obviously. I just think he's doing. I want to see him next year because I do like him. There's a sick part of me that likes him because I don't like Nebraska at all. I actually probably lean Wisconsin if anything, but I think Nebraska wins it here. I really do. This game means absolutely nothing. I just saw it, and I was like, that's an ugly game. That's 2 offenses that are going to try to run the fuck out of the ball and try to pop you in the mouth whenever they can. Give me Nebraska -2.5. Oh, this is a big game. I think I wrote that right. 19 Army at number 8 Notre Dame. Notre Dame is -15. I can tell you Army's game plan. Run the ball. Keep the ball away from Notre Dame as much as you can. If Notre Dame loses this game, they're going to drop to 14, 15. They're going to be on the outside looking in, and they have to pummel the rest of their teams. They have to absolutely beat the shit out of every team. I don't like Notre Dame. I like their coach, Marcus Freeman. Their quarterback, I forgot his name, the guy that transferred from Duke. I haven't watched any Army game. Hand up, I've never watched any Army game. I usually only watch the Navy-Army game. That's all I watch. So for me to take Notre Dame here would be a fucking disrespect to US of A. Give me Army plus the 15. I don't love it, but I think they're coming out ready. They got they had the World War II one big battle. They turn them into a jersey. US of fucking A, baby. And I don't like Notre Dame. I really, really don't. I don't know what it is. I don't like Notre Dame. Last game I have, it's not really an important game, but again, stood out to me. Number 7, Bama going to Oklahoma. Bama's -13.5. I don't know who's playing quarterback for Oklahoma. That's my problem. If I did, I still might lean Bama here. Bama has to win this game, and they have to win by at least a touchdown. I think, see, every time I get to these Bama games, Bama's so confusing to me because at home, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. They beat the shit out of teams, and when they're on the road, they're kind of like, we're going to flirt with this for a little bit, and then we're going to let them back in. We're going to flirt with this a little bit, and then we're going to let them back in. That makes me want to pick Oklahoma here. It's just Jalen Milroe is a fucking dog, and he's been playing like a fucking dog. Oh, this one's an ugly one. I'm going to take Oklahoma plus 13. I don't like it. I don't like it. Because I know how this is going to go. Bama's going to get up a little bit. Oklahoma just can't score. Oklahoma can't score. You're right. Oklahoma can't score. Oklahoma can't score. We're going to take, and it's Bama. What am I doing? If this doesn't work out, I'm going to be annoyed. I'm taking Bama minus 13.5. I like it. I like it. That's my college card. We got 8 games, couple home dogs. Let's go into the NFL. Big bye week. Bills, Cincinnati. My fantasy team is fucked this week. I am picking up players left and right off the waiver. Like, it's just not working. But it's a big bye week. And I forgot what I was going to say. Jets are also on a bye, so I don't have to fucking look at them. Thursday night, we got Steelers at the Browns. Browns are feisty. I like Jameis at quarterback. I didn't start Jerry Jeudy last week because I'm an idiot, and he happened to go off, and I was torn between him and someone else, and I was in my other league, I was torn between Christian Watson and someone else. I was like, Christian Watson's due. Jerry Jeudy's due. I just couldn't pull the trigger. I'm going to go Steelers here. I don't feel comfortable at this. I think the Steelers actually lose here, so I'm taking the Steelers. That's why. Saturday morning games. It's excuse me, did I say Saturday? I meant Sunday. Sunday games. There's some good games. Again, I like a lot of home dogs. I really do. I mean, not this first one though. Vikings going to the Bears. Vikings are minus 3.5. The Bears need a win real bad. They really need a win. They just lost to Green Bay. That's kind of a gut punch. I just think the Vikings are good. The Bears are not good. Just Sam, you know what? I'm taking it. Give me the plus 3.5. Maybe even out. I think they're going to win outright, actually. The more that I'm thinking about it. I don't think the Bears are good. I don't. But I think they're due. I think they're due for a win. And 3.5 is not a lot. There's a reason why it's 3.5. I think they're due for a win, and I think they're going to win this game. Am I confident in it? No, but I'm kind of taking a shot here because of how many home dogs I like. It's annoying. This one I don't like. Actually, I do like. I don't like. Lions at Colts. Give me Detroit minus 7. It's annoying how quick I am to that decision because I should really think twice about this. Colts at home. Anthony Richardson's been playing good. But here's what tops it all. Here's what shakes the entire board up. It's the Detroit motherfucking Lions. They're doing hook and ladders for fun. They're doing hook and ladders to linemen for fun. They can do whatever the fuck they want. And if they get down, all they do is fucking pound the rock. Pound the rock. Detroit minus 7. Patriots at Miami. This one makes me a little nervous because Patriots going to Miami never works out for the Patriots. Miami's been playing good. It's just that Patriots defense is doing all right. This feels like a weird game to me. This feels like a very weird game because Tua has been playing all right. They're going to play spoiler all year. They're going to play spoiler the rest of the year. They're going to beat some teams that are trying to make the playoffs. Not the Patriots, obviously, but it's kind of a rivalry. It's super weird. I mean, it's a division rival, but it's like, I just feel like there's always something there. I don't know. I'm going to take Miami minus 7. Rivalry game, but like Miami's just going to ball out. I think they're going to kind of show off this week. Finally at home. Not finally, but, they're at home. And I don't know. Fuck it, right? Bucks at Giants. We are getting Tommy DeVito, huh? We're getting the man with the Nushi, huh? Tommy DeVito. Kind of annoying. I feel bad for Drew Lock. I think the Giants are doing this for a fucking publicity stunt just because they're just going to draw eyes to Tommy DeVito coming back. I mean, he played, 4 or 5 games last year, and he won 2 of them, and 3, 4, and 5 were terrible. There was a reason look, Tommy DeVito, I'm going to watch it just because it's fucking Tommy DeVito, huh? But the Bucks are getting Mike Evans back. The Bucks are starting to get a little healthier. I like the Bucks. I really do. I hate it, but again, a lot of home dogs this week. Bucks -7. Book it, Mike Evans TD. I think the Giants are going to be frisky for the first quarter. After that, I think the Bucks are going to do whatever the fuck they want. I think they score 30 points. I think the Giants are going to be lucky if they score 14. I really, really do. Cowboys at Commanders. Cowboys are dead. Cooper Rush is not fun to watch. This is going to be a quick game. I'm going to take the Commanders -10. Jane Daniels is battling with a little rib injury from his hit like 3-4 weeks ago. I forgot when it was. I think it was on the Hail Mary when he just got drilled. Cowboys are dead. I mean, Micah Parsons is going to get after Jane Daniels, but what do you want me to say? Cooper Rush is going to make this fun? No, they're not. Trey Lance? No. There's a reason why he's not playing. There is a absolute reason why he's not. He's got a hell of an arm. But no, they're not going to. I don't think they cover. I really don't, obviously. Chiefs at Panthers. I wanted to get this game because I talked about it before. I'm taking the Chiefs -10.5. I know it's in Carolina. I know that. A sick part of me would probably take Carolina here if the Chiefs had won against the Bills. I probably might have taken Carolina just as a dead spot for the Chiefs. But the Chiefs just lost. I think they're kind of awake now. I mean, it's the Bills. I get it. There's a rivalry there, all these kinds of things. But it's the Panthers, first of all. I know it's on the road, but it's like, all right, fuck you guys. We're the Chiefs. We're the defending back-to-back Super Bowl champions. I think that Bills loss kind of is gonna. They're gonna wake a beast. I think that's what that did. A sleeping giant. There we go. Sleeping giant. That's what I think. Could I be wrong? Could they just be kind of off this year? I mean, last couple years, maybe. But I just don't see how that Chiefs defense is really good. I just don't see it. I really don't see how they don't cover this. If anything, it's gonna be they're gonna win by 10, and it's gonna be I don't even know. They're gonna win by 10, 24-14. That's exactly what it's gonna be, and we're not gonna cover. That's what it is. But that's just what it is. Maybe they lose one more game this year. Maybe they lose, week 17 or 18 because they're not going to play their starters. Let them get some rest when they already have the number 1 seed locked up, all that kind of shit. Titans at Texans. What am I going to do about the Texans? Titans are trying. Remember, the Titans are trying. They're not good, but they're trying. That defense is all right. Will Levis is all right. He's okay. But I'm just going to take the Texans here. They're at home. They just beat the shit out of the Cowboys. Maybe they look past. I don't know. I kind of like the Titans are trying. Let's just say that. Titans are trying. Afternoon games. Denver is going to Vegas. I'm a little nervous about this game because Max Crosby and the Raiders, and I'm not worried about Gardner Minshew. I'm not worried about Alexander Mattison, who's actually out. That Raiders defense is fun to watch sometimes just because they're kind of some dickheads and they just kind of fuck around sometimes and just beat the shit out of you. My gut tells me to take the Raiders here just because they're at home, but I'm just going to ride with Denver. They haven't let me down the last couple weeks. 6 is kind of a lot for a rookie quarterback on the road. But Gardner Minshew against our defense, I kind of just see the Broncos winning this one like 17-3, like 17-6 kind of thing. Take the under. That's what I'm saying. 49ers at the Packers. Interesting game. Interesting game. Packers just won by a fucking hand against the Bears. Kind of riding the high end of this game. 49ers, again, they're trying to get the car in motion. They're trying to get everything in motion. They might be able to sneak into the playoffs. Are they going to win the Super Bowl? I mean, anyone who makes playoffs, I think, could hypothetically win the Super Bowl because any team who gets hot at the right time is just going to carry it over week to week to week to week. It's not similar to baseball, but it's the same vibe. It's like, okay, we did this week. Let's carry that over next week, and then next week. You know, when a baseball team's hot though, when like in the World Series or in the playoffs, if you get hot at the right time going into the playoffs, you're gonna make a deep run. The Mets this year. I'm just gonna take the Packers just because the 49ers really need to win this game, but the Packers, it's like Matt LaFleur, Kyle Shanahan. It just, I don't know. If this game was reversed, I'd probably take the 49ers at home with the Packers on the road. But I like the Packers here. 49ers don't play in cold weather. I'm going to guess it's fucking frozen tundra in Green Bay. But yeah. We're going to take Packers -2. Cardinals at Seahawks. Arizona -1. I'm taking the Cardinals. Cardinals are frisky. They're fun. Trey McBride's a dog. Kyler's been absolutely balling out. Gino, he had a good week last week. Guess what? He's not going to have a good week this week. That's just what it is. The Seahawks are going through a lot of growing pains, and I know it's week 12 or 11, one of the two. They're just going through growing pains right now. I don't trust them to make the game-winning. Mark my words. I don't trust them long haul. They can go down and get a game-winning drive, sure. But guess what? They're going to be riding that high so long, and then when they get fucking punched in the mouth by the Cardinals, it's over. And then Gino's the only one left standing back there to try to make a play. So I just don't trust the Seahawks. Not even growing pains. I don't even know what word I'm looking for. But Cardinals are fun. I could see them losing this game, but I'm just going to keep riding this Cardinals high with them because I don't know. They could do some damage. They're winning this division right now. They're winning that NFC West division. So, I don't know. They're fun. Sunday night game. It's going to be a good game. Eagles at the Rams. Philly -3. This game screams to me. Eagles are going to get up. Matthew Stafford's going to make a late run just because it's Sunday night. And I'll ride the Rams. I'll ride the Rams. Give me the +3. Give me the +3 at home. I don't know. There's something about the Rams. They can make a run here down the stretch and win a few games and, maybe make a wild card or something like that. I don't know where they're at right now, but Eagles need to win this too. They're winning the division. Are they in winning division or second division? Nevertheless, Eagles could win the Super Bowl this year. They could make. Let me repeat that. I think they could make the Super Bowl. Or make a deep playoff run at least. But this just screams to me the Eagles get up or it's going to be a battle and then Matthew Stafford makes a game-winning drive. That's what it screams to me. Jalen Hurts maybe throws an interception or fumbles it fourth quarter late. Yeah. Monday night, Ravens at Chargers. Baltimore -3. I think I'm going to take Baltimore. Actually, I know I'm taking Baltimore because I just wrote it down. The Ravens need to get back on track. They've had a couple tough weeks. That was an ugly game against the Steelers last week. They're going to try to flush it and just go beat the shit out of the Chargers. Easier said than done because that Chargers defense is humming. That Chargers offense is humming. Justin Herbert's a dog. So it's not going to be easy for the Ravens. But I like the Ravens here. I think the Chargers are – I like this Chargers team. They're coming to their own a lot. I mean, last few weeks kind of started around when they beat Denver. That's kind of where it started. It was like week 4 or 5. You can kind of see it process. At least I saw it. It was like, okay, they're going to run the ball. They're going to run a lot of play action and kind of just let Justin Herbert dink and dunk their way down the field, take a couple shots here and there, run the shit out of the ball, run the more shit out of the ball, and then win the fucking game. That's just what it is. And Justin Herbert can do it all. I love Justin Herbert. I think he's a top quarterback in the league. Top quarterbacks right now off the top of the dome. Top of the dome. Patty, Josh. I'm throwing Justin Herbert in there. Lamar Jackson, obviously. And this is no order. And then I'm thinking. Well, you know what? Joe Burrow. Let's just do that. I like that 5. Maybe in that order, honestly. Maybe in that order. I don't know. Let's see. Patty, Josh, Joe, Justin Herbert, Lamar. Yeah. Not in that order, but those 5. All right. Let's win some money this week. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, comment. Here we go. Let's have a great week.